Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last episode, we took on Gaea's Cliffs, and this episode, we're going to finish off Gaea's Cliffs, and we're going to have another fight with another part of Jenova. This time, it's going to be Jenova Death. Now, to prepare us for the fight, Cid's going to have the Fire Ring equipped, and Cloud is going to have Ifrit Elemental on his armor, and Tifa will have a Fire Elemental on her armor, because with the exception of Silence, all of Jenova Death's attacks are fire-based. So now we're protected from them. So just run forward to where we fought the boss fight last time, and you'll encounter a, I think it's random. Actually, I think this encounter isn't random. You're going to fight a blue dragon. And Blue Dragon is at my point in the game, he's level 41. He has 8,800 HP. So basically, I'm going to use Death Blow as Cloud's attack because even though his weapon isn't a 255 hit point weapon, he still gets a crazy hit rate using Death Blow. And the added cut materia basically ensures him at least one hit usually. And besides that, just going to use Leviathan. I'll show you Leviathan's animation. But outside that, it's just Cloud's physical attacks, Cid will use his Limit Break, and that's going to be it. Now, for some reason, I decided to try to use Magic Breath on a dragon. I don't know why. Because Magic Breath has fire in its attack, and, well, dragons absorb fire. So here's Cid's level 2.1 Limit Break Hyper Jump. It's a decent attack. Cid's going to be with me for a while just because I need to build up his Limit Breaks. And here is Tidal Wave, which is Leviathan's attack. Now, Leviathan's a water-based summon, a dragon has fire elemental, so they're antagonistic effects on each other. And once again, Cloud just proving how powerful Death Blow can be. And that's what we wanted. We wanted a Dragon Armlet. It's a great piece of armor. Cloud has it on his armor. So I'm just going to run around and count another blue dragon and get a second Dragon Armlet. So I got my second Dragon Armlet. I'm going to equip it on Tifa here. So you can see that, it drains half fire, cold, lightning. It does have 6 materia spots that are all linked, so that's pretty good. Defense gets a +1 boost, but the magic defense gives us a +10 boost. Now, one of the things, since this is the Steam version, the magic defense does actually count. In the original PlayStation version, magic defense was a bug, it didn't matter. Steam version, it does, so this is a pretty good piece of armor. And it's something I'm actually going to wear for at least a little bit longer. So, everyone's got Dragon Armlets. Now all we have to do is equip the extra materia slot that we have. I'm not going to equip a magic materia because I don't want the HP or the strength penalty. So I'm just going to throw a Chocobo Lure in there. Has a +1 to luck, and might as well AP Master it. And Cid just threw another all in his spot. So, when you have extra slots like that, use them, but don't use anything that gives you a negative status. So, once you've done that, all you have to do is simply exit the cave, and begin our last climb of Gaea's Cliffs. And it's just up and X, so I'm just going to cut out some of Cloud's climbing. Now, as you reach the top, you're going to notice something that looks like Aurora Borealis going above us. And you'll look straight ahead at this huge materia eruption from a cave to the north. We're going to explore that cave a little bit today. We're going to get to that part where the materia eruption is next episode. Originally, I recorded it to be one episode, but the episode would have been like 50 minutes long. So I'm going to split it into 2 episodes. So that cave is going to be very pivotal to a part of the game right now and then later. So for some reason I my original audio, I must have said something important here, because there's a pregnant pause that I really can't figure out why I'm just standing here. But basically, you just need to climb over the cliff. I'm going to stupidly climb down first for some reason, and then I'm like, oh, turn around, climb over the cliff. So you're going to start walking down. Your party's going to quickly have a discussion that if something could create a wound this big in the planet, that basically Sephiroth summoning Meteor is probably just going to be catastrophic to the planet. Yep, so it's a scar on the planet. So the planet has gathered all this energy here to heal itself. Yep, telling us what we don't know. Yeah, next time the wound won't be so small, it'll pretty much destroy the planet. So, you can just run down this path. You can encounter a couple enemies here. For some reason, on my playthrough, I did not. One of the enemies you can encounter is called Gigas, and you can steal a Gigas Armlet from him. Gigas Armlets, while they're strong, they have no materia growth, so I don't like that. And then you can also encounter a bomb-looking creature called Grenade, who can kill your party members if you don't kill them quickly. So I believe this is the screen that, if you don't have Tifa in your party, she'll run up and say, "Hey guys, bring me." So she's gonna say, "Oh, you're going after Sephiroth, aren't you?" Again, pregnant pause for my original audio recording. Really no idea why. Yeah, Tifa, you pretty much lost your whole hometown. So we're going to continue on. And you can just run straight. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if it's this screen or the next screen where Tifa pretty much is forced to join your party. So hey, it's one of those Black Cloak guys who is committing suicide jumping off the cliff. You'll be seeing a lot of that in the next few minutes. So run over here, you can see there's a materia there. It's Neo Bahamut. It's an upgraded Bahamut Materia. So quickly I'm going to put that on Cloud, just because it's a better Bahamut Materia. And what I actually did was, the Bahamut that was on Cloud, I gave to Tifa. And for some reason, the hitbox on this is small. Like, you have to be exactly right, because you're seeing how I'm jumping back and forth. Well, I'm not planning on doing that, so it's kind of a pain. Just move slow, and eventually you'll stop hopping. Jump over to this rock, head to the next, and that's when Cloud is going to hear or see something. Yep, it's that good old Shinra music. They're flying their airship, the High Wind. A couple episodes, we're actually going to be stealing this airship from them, but we'll let them have it for now. So Rufus, who was searching for the Promised Land, thinks he found it. Scarlet has acquired pretty much Heidegger's laugh for some reason. And Heidegger's still gonna bray like a hyena. Or a donkey, I should say. So they're gonna talk about the Promised Land, blah blah blah, and Hojo's gonna say, "Oh, you don't really know what you're talking about." Hojo says the land is no one's. He's more concerned about the Jenova Reunion taking place. All those clones of Sephiroth with Jenova cells are all congregating somewhere. And we're going to go find them. So just run across the screen. Now, these two cloak figures are getting kicked across. If you inspect them, you can get an Ether and a High potion, respectively. Either, I don't know. I don't know the actual pronunciation. Now this kind of aqua bluish color going across the screen in lines, that's wind. So you gotta wait for it to die down and run across, otherwise you'll get knocked back. So you can see there it is again. If you run into it, you'll get knocked back. Okay, so that definitely looks like Reunion with all the Sephiroth clones, all heading to the same spot. So just follow the path. You can see some of them are falling off the cliff. Some looks like they passed out and died. So there's a bunch of enemies you can encounter in this area, none of whom are really powerful or give anything really rare. These enemies are gremlins, and like most enemies, our physical attacks are more than enough to take care of them. You can also encounter some other ones. There's another one I'm going to show. The ones I'm not going to show are Sculpture. I think the other one is called Kilbin and Wingwind. So, bunch of enemies, nothing really major. So just continue on the path. You can grab that chest if you want. These guys don't give you anything. So the Kaiser Knucle, it's a weapon for Tifa. It has more slots, but only 2 that are linked. And it has a worse attack than she currently has, so I'm not going to use it. You can use it if you want. So, once you open that chest, all you really got to do is just continue on the path. It's a winding path. Figured I'd show another random battle. This enemy right here is called Ironite, and once again, he's incredibly simple. A hit from Cloud, a hit from Sid, a death blow from Cloud that misses, an added cut that hits, and Tifa will get the kill. So, like most random encounters in the game, pretty much weak to our physical attacks. So those are only the 2 random battles that I felt like showing, so now we're just going to continue on the path. Like I said, there's an enemy called Sculpture that's really easy, there's an enemy called Kilbin that requires a few more attacks, and then there's something, one guy called Wingwind or Windwing or something like that. It's basically like one of those sickles that we fought earlier in the game, except they're blue. So you run north, and now we have that wind again with a green energy beam going back and forth. So there's 2 obstacles for us to avoid, and as you saw, that's what happens if you hit the energy beam or the wind. So, I mean, it might take a few tries just to get the timing down. You just gotta wait for the wind to go down and for there to be an energy-free moment, and run. Don't walk, run. So there we go, I made it, and just continue on north. And there's Sephiroth, who's killing all of his clones. Outstanding. Yeah. So, this is going to be the final boss. No, I'm not going to lie like that. This is not going to be the final boss fight with Sephiroth, who just disappeared. And you know it's probably serious when they have the heartbeat going on in the background. So one thing that's going to become obvious in the next minute or so is that we actually have not been chasing Sephiroth, we've been chasing Jenova. Because, in case you didn't notice, every single time that we thought we found Sephiroth, we got in a fight with Jenova, a different part of Jenova. Well, Jenova can change her appearance. So she appeared to us as Sephiroth. On the next episode, that'll be explained. We'll find where Sephiroth really is next episode. So yeah, we haven't been chasing Sephiroth. So, technically, Jenova killed Aerith. And Sephiroth appears from the sky and knocks us down but doesn't kill us because, once again, viewers, only Aerith is always dead. So, I hope you took advantage of the preparations I showed you because as soon as he turns around, it's boss time with Jenova Death. I will say I do love the Jenova theme. So if you've done what I suggested, basically Jenova Death cannot hurt us. She can cast Silence, so one of your characters won't have a ribbon, so they might get silenced. So I'm going to show you Neo Bahamut Summon, Giga Flare, and I'll show you Alexander's Summon, and then I'll cut out the rest of the battle, because Jenova Death at this level has about... She's level 55 and has 25,000 HP. So it's just a lot. I'll tell you the strategy during Alexander's Summon. So Neo Bahamut Summon's pretty cool. Just lifts the character up on their own little, like, parcel of land, this kind of island in the sky, opens its mouth, screams, and sends them crashing back to the ground. So pretty powerful attack and a huge MP cost. So your strategy basically to defeat Jenova Death is use your 2 dragon summons, so use Bahamut and Neo Bahamut. You can use Odin for a little damage, and Alexander for some damage. After that, it's really just physical attacks. It's just wearing her down with physical attacks. Like I said, both of her attacks, with the exception of Silence, are fire-based, and with the preparations I took, they will not damage us at all. Limits work great, just hope you don't have fire in your weapon. And yeah, so once you've used the summons I said, just use physical attacks, and eventually that'll be it for Jenova Death. Like I said, Cloud with Death Blow and added cut works great, and I'll see you guys once the fight's over. And with that wonderful attack, Jenova Death is finished. Now for defeating her, we get a decent amount of experience, a good amount of AP, and we're going to get an item that I'm not really going to use. So I must have had something important to say here. Counterattack leveled up, which is awesome, and you can see we get a Reflect Ring. It's an accessory, I think it casts Auto Reflect. I'm honestly just going to continue with my ribbons, and then get something in when I visit Cactur Island. So this is just Cloud explaining to the rest of the team that we've been following Jenova, not Sephiroth, and that thing bouncing in front of us is the Black Materia. So we beat another part of Jenova, and we got the Black Materia back, which is awesome. Yep, the real Sephiroth is just beyond here. We'll meet him next episode, when all hell breaks loose. Some events are going to be set in motion that are pretty much going to lead directly to the end of the game. So, make sure you stay tuned for that. There we go, receive the Black Materia, and now you have to choose someone to give the Black Materia to. You can only give it to Red 13 or Barret. If you try to give it to anyone else, they'll be like, whoa, that's way too much responsibility. So, I mean, you can try to give it to various people and see their reactions. Honestly, just give it to Red or Barret. I'm going to give it to Barret for no other reason except, I don't know, I felt like giving it to Barret. Yeah, that's all we have to do. All we have to do is just defeat Sephiroth, and Tifa's the one who tells us we better not take the Black Materia with us. So here I go, giving it to Barret. Giving it to Barret. Damn, the pressure's on now. Yeah. So pretty much everyone else will, like I said, they'll just say, well, it's too much pressure. So once you've given the materia to Red 13 or Barret, talk to Tifa, and we can continue on deeper into the Whirlwind Maze. So there's a materia you can pick up right here. It's an MP Turbo Materia, and you might have noticed that it was yellow. It's actually not a command materia, which is yellow. It's a support materia, which is blue, and I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a glitch, but for some reason that materia is colored yellow on the screen. And I have another pregnant pause here that I have no idea what it's for. Yep, okay. So just continue on the path. You can save right there. It's a poison ring that I'm not going to use. And I'm actually just going to show you real quick the MP Turbo Materia, in case you can't find it. Man, I must be really chatty in my original recordings of these. Okay, so just go to Materia, and you can just choose anyone to swap it out. You can see my MP absorb there. If you can't find it, right there, MP Turbo, which is blue. So it's not yellow. Just keep that in mind. So, we're just going to continue on north. Continue on North Cloud. There we go. And we have another obstacle. This time we have wind, we have the green energy, and we have a lightning bolt, which is actually what that flash is, which is going to hit me. So once again, you just need to get your timing down properly to make sure that you can cross all 3 barriers. So I'm just going to cross, and that's going to be it for this episode. Smash that thumbs up if you like this one, guys. And next time we'll get some heavy story action going on, and it's going to set up the end of the game. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.